our previous video, we were able to learn how to do that for that of the comparison operator that make use of greater than, less than, and then we forgot to do for that of the equals to. Just basically the same thing, just to put equals to, and then you check whether the two, whether one is equals to 18, which one is going to be lie, and this was new. If we run it, we are going to get false true out. So let's actually run it and see. Okay, this is actual comparison, so there's nothing wrong with the variable name. Okay, as you can, like I said, we are going to get false. I know that 0 stands for false because we converted it to what? An integer in our scenario. We converted it to as type. We changed to as type dot integer. So in this video, what another thing we're going to look at is that of the and that of the or. We know that our normal and is actually represented as this is and, but we can also represent it as this too. Doing this also can be represented as this. So I'm going to comment this. So I'm going to comment this. So the next one I'm going to do, I also want us to look at is this of the or. We know that or it can also be represented as a single slash bar. So this single slash bar. Look at your keyboard, what is written on your keyboard. You should be able to differentiate whether it is a single slash bar or not. So this is, you can use this or you can make use of this, but we're going to make use of this, and we're going to also make use of this it that is being tied, kind of a knot tie, and this one is going to be a slash. So we're going to make a little bit of what is it called, operation here. So we're going to say what, because we're going to say val1 is greater than what, greater than, if it's greater than this thing, and we can say this just likes to say if this val1 is it greater than val2, just like saying if 1 is it greater than 8. If it's true, the situation whereby the condition is true, we're going to put it, we're going to set it aside. And we can also say maybe we can write maybe an operation. Maybe let's set this to 45. We can say and what, we can also say and what, and this val, let me copy this, and this our val2, and I can say this val1. I can just put it like that. I can say it's near whereby is equals to this. This is what actually what we actually did here, even though I didn't explain it properly. Just like saying as if this our data frame 1, which is val1, val2 is the val1 greater than val2. In this first scenario that we have here, is just like as if he's saying 1 is it greater than 18, which we know is false. You get, and which you know is 4, and this val1 is equals to val2. You can see that if we are to run this, we are still going to get false throughout, because of course this scenario the only when we came to this 67 that this condition is going to be true, and then this condition is true, and which condition can they be match with each other, because this 44 is equals to this 44, so this guy is going to happen. Meanwhile is not equals to, is not greater, 44 is not greater than this. But let's actually see that I'm going to get false. Let's actually run that. We can see here, as like I said, we are going to get false, because that's not actually, none of them were true. Let's say if we are to say this greater than or equals to, because it's not going to we're going to have only one true because of this 45, which is val1, this is for val1 is greater or equals to 45, and then because for this, and here has to be true and here has to be true before it can give us true. The two sides must be true before it can give us true. So let's actually run this. Let's see what we're going to, you can see, like I said, we are going to have one true here because of the condition that we set here. Others are going to be false. We'll also make use of this our slash instead of our this thing. So if you know how to make use of your or and that shouldn't be a problem for you by making use of this. This shouldn't be anywhere close to being a problem for you. In case if you are still new, I don't understand how this or and this, link will be in the description down below where you can check it out and learn how this or and actually works. So when we will do this, so what I actually trying to get, remember that you can change this about comparison to what other zeros and 1 by just making dot as type. We are going to include all these guys inside it. Let me just do it. So when we include everything inside it, we're going to do what as what type. are going to what type do you want to set it into? You can set it to what float, but most times I'm interested in this other one int. So but now since we already know how to do that, no need of me doing it again. So the next we want to do, like with this order we presented here, are we going to get any true? Let's find out. So we're going to say if this var1 is greater or equals to 2. So are greater than or equals to var2, which we're going to have in this scenario, which is greater. So here is true because 67 is greater than 6 right here. This is of a guy. We can also use this data this column that we have here. This is for 67 and 6, and then 45 45. Just as saying 67 is greater than 6, that is true. So this condition is going to be true. And remember one thing about OR is that once one is true, you don't have any problem, you are going to get true. So in this situation, we are going to have 2 true that is going to be here, while other ones are going to be false. So just wrap your head around it and you are going to understand this. So let me just run this and let's see what we will have. Okay, let's see what we have here. Like I said, we are going to have 2 true here, and then our other ones are going to be false because they didn't meet the condition. Because one thing about how this or is just once one is true, you are good to go. So I think with this we have a knowledge of how we can actually do this kind of or and this kind of and. The actually other one like that of not, by making use of a kind of sign that look like X that was bent in a straight way. Jesus, how can S be bent in a straight way? But just to get it is that it's being turned to the other side. So I think with this we have a knowledge on how we can actually implement some applications, some operations in this of Pandas data frame. So remember that everything we did was I did it in a smaller scale. All this thing we did here, I did it in a smaller scale. So we didn't get choked up by handling a big data. So I think with this in the next video we are going to wrap up this of our Pandas data. So I've actually do a whole lot of things. So if you have actually been following my series up to this particular point, you won't have any problem when it comes to when you have your data. You can finish it and arrange it, structure it very well in the way you want by making use of all the classes, all the function, and all the method I introduced in this of our Pandas module. So I think with this in the next video I'm going to wrap it up. So I'll be happy to see you in the next video. And don't forget, subscribing will collect money from you. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.